How are we doing today? It's been a hot sec, guys. Hi. Hi, so much has happened. I have so much to talk about. I have so much to talk about today. It's gonna be really, really cool. So many weird things happened. / pause. So I've been at Vidcon the last 3/4 days. Me and Mambu, my wonderful girlfriend, who is in chat right now, went. We drove down there and then we flew back. So first day of Vidcon, okay? First off, Mambu and I didn't have a car. Me, Mambu, and Mother drove down to Vidcon, and then the next morning, Mother drove back. So our hotel that we were at was about walking distance, okay? This is some setup, okay? It was about walking distance from the convention center. It was like a 10-minute walk. We were like, we can do a 10-minute walk at the beginning and end of every day. It's fine. If we really need to, we can Uber. So the first day where Mother's there, we ended up going to the beach and everything. And I was like, okay, we gotta go check into our hotel. Let's go get some snacks at Target, okay? Like, go to Target. It's a great time. It's Target. It's not crazy. Keep in mind, this Target is about 5 minutes from the convention center. It's right in the same area. It's walking distance. It's right there. It's right there. It's also like the only kind of superstore in the vicinity, okay? No other Walmarts, no other grocery stores. And we go through, we're getting snacks, very chill time. We go out to our car, because at this point we still have a car. And we're putting the groceries away, and we kind of had to park far away from the door entrance, right? If you take a cart too far away from the Target, it locks so that you can't steal Target carts, essentially. That's the whole bit, which is honestly very smart. If you get far enough away, the cart locks, and our car was like the farthest corner. So like we get to the car and the cart locks, and we're like, touche, we're far away, but it doesn't unlock. So I take this cart where the wheels don't spin anymore, right? The wheels don't spin. And we put all the groceries in the car, and I have this cart, and I am dragging it like this. I am full force pulling. I grab like this, and I'm walking to the little cart put away thing, and I'm dragging this thing, and I'm putting it into the cart, right? And at this point, Mambu and Mother are already in the car. The car started. They're just waiting for me to come back, and I'm putting this cart away, and suddenly I hear a voice behind me, a British voice. I'm like, oh, that kind of sounds like Wilbur. And I'm like, I turn around. It is. Wilbur, Rambo, and 2 other people who I didn't know who they were. We're just walking. And I turned around and I was like, what? What? And they're like walking by. They haven't noticed that I'm looking at them yet. And Wilbur's just talking. And they're walking by, and I go, hi. Very loudly. And they both turn to me and they're like, hi. And I'm like, hi. Like, I was a little bit spooked. It was the day before VidCon started. This was before the convention started. This is the day before. And I go up and we start talking and everything. And I'm like, hi, I don't want to take like too much time of your day. I just want to say like your stuff, and I appreciate you. Hi, yeah, I'm here for VidCon too. And at that point, Rambo looks at me. Is like, I swear I know you from somewhere. And I'm like, and man's like, do you cosplay? And I was like, yeah, I cosplay on TikTok. And he was like, yeah, I know you. And I was like, what? Hold up. Hold the phone. At this point, Mambu comes out of the car because Mambu realizes what's happening. And she goes, hi. and then Mambu comes over and we get the picture and we talk for a little bit, and then they go in Target. For the next about 2 hours, I was nothing but shook. Not exactly because I see them, more that Rambu recognized. Still weird that I saw them. And we get back to our hotel room, and I'm like, that was really weird. And I make my little TikTok, right? I make my little TikTok about me just chilling, and then it's up on TikTok, I can go see it. and then running into Rambo and Wilbur. And I'm chilling, and we end up like going to the beach, and we have a great rest of our day. And then I get back to the hotel later that night, and I open up my comment section, right? I open up my comment section, and one of my mutuals says, "This is crazy." And Hank Green commented. I was like, what? Wait, no, what? So I start scrolling, and there and behold, Hank Green's verified TikTok account commented on this TikTok. And I was like, oh, just a little emoji, the little face, that. And I was like, Hank Green? Which was one of the weirder things to happen. And I respond, and I'm like, well, hello there, sir. I hope you're having a good day. And I was like, this is a weird way to start these couple of days. We wake up in the morning, I get my little fit on, and we're chilling. So mother is still here at this point. She drives us, drops us off. We're in Vidcon. First thing we see when we walk in, it's Soupy Time. If you guys don't know Soupy Time, they're very funny. They're a creator on TikTok. One of the people that we were gonna try and see. And so that was cool. And then we're like, okay, let's go take a little bit of a looky-loo around. Okay, so chat. At Vidcon, there's basically like rankings. So if you just want to go to Vidcon, you have a community badge. Basically lets you in the like main convention hall and you're chilling. Then you can also get a creator badge, which is what I have. But it's meant for content creators, and you basically get exclusive panels more so about content creation. There's also industry badges, which are significantly more money, but are meant for like company heads that come and research to meet people. And then there's the full access people. So the full access people have these yellow badges. And they're either, if you have a yellow badge, you are either a featured creator, Rambo, Wilbur, Tommy, etc. An invited guest, people that I like calling creator adjacents, aka Thumb, 5UP, Nikki, Boomer, Connor, everyone who wasn't a featured creator, but is still a creator, gets this invited guest badge. And then other speakers who aren't necessarily creators, but the people who come in and are like, here's what I know about the algorithm. And those are the full access people. So yeah, there's this special hall, right, for creators. And in that hall, there's basically a creator lounge, which is one of the nicest things at this whole convention. And basically it's like couches and coffee and tea. And it's basically just like a closed off area where like if you're walking around all day, you can go and sit down for a while. And we're sitting and I sit down and I'm like, yeah, Mambo. Blah, 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 blah. At this point, we're chilling. There's like, you know, maybe like 20, 30 creators in this creator lounge. And then this family walks in. This family with like 3 or 4 little kids. All of them have yellow badges. Either invited guest or featured creator. And we're like, oh, okay, someone's here. They basically stand 5 feet away from us. Basically at the end of the couch. At the end of the couch, right? And Mama and I are chilling, and all of a sudden, this group of like 25 people come walking into the creator lounge. We're like, hello? We look over. I look at this girl in the middle of this group, and I go, that's Charlie D'Amelio. And I look at Mambo. And I'm like, that's Charlie D'Amelio. You can imagine my surprise. And like, she has like this group of bodyguards and like giant camera people coming around. And she goes and she meets these kids in this family that come in. And she's like, hi, yeah, no, it's so nice to meet you guys. And they're having this whole conversation 5 feet away from us. 5 feet away from us. And at this point, Abu and I are like, well, we're not gonna get up. And all of these camera people come in, and basically there's so many of them, they basically are completely surrounding us. And Mambu and I are just like, well, what do we do here? And in front of me, one of the other guys who was in this creator lounge is talking to this older guy. And I realize that that's Charlie D'Amelio's dad, who I then proceed to talk to. For like 5 minutes, I had a very nice conversation with Charlie D'Amelio's dad. And then I look out, chat. We're sitting on this couch, and I'm like, oh, let's just look out onto, like, you know, this little floor of this creator hall. And I see this group of 3 people. One of them has a box on their head. And I look at Mambu, and I go, that's Crumb. That's Tubbo. And we book it. Literally, Charlie D'Amelio 5 feet away from us. Spot Tubbo, Crumb, and 5 Up. Screw you, Charlie D'Amelio. And just go. And like, within seconds, the crowd just like closes where we were. Book it across. And we're like, hi Tubbo. And he's like, hi, we're looking for food. And Mambu, who's very, very excited to meet Crumb, and we talked with Tubbo. I ended up showing Tubbo my Tubbo cosplay, which was really cool. Just had a really nice conversation. He was very impressed by the purple and yellow jacket that I had. He was like, what do you mean you made it? That's so cool. Genuinely one of the nicest people we talked to. Take a picture with him. Then we get to talk with Crumb. I talk with 5 Up for a little bit, and we're like, well, that's weird. What a way to start off this day, am I right? So we go back to the main hall now. We're like, okay, we had our creator moment. Let's go actually go look around the booth around here. And people will recognize me. Keep in mind, chat, the entire time, about minimum every 10 minutes, someone's coming up to me and going, are you from TikTok? At least every 10 minutes, there's somebody coming up asking to take a picture with me. Which is crazy. First off, crazy. So keep in mind, chat, the Dream SMP panel is today. The Dream SMP panel is its first day. And Mambo and I are like, cool. We're gonna get there like an hour early. We'll find some seats. We'll be chilling. 2.5 hours before this panel starts, I take a picture with someone and they go, hey, if you are wanting to go to the Dream SMP panel, go now. The seats are almost full. And Mambu and I are like, it's not for 2.5 hours. What do you mean the seats are full? So we go over to the panel, and lo and behold, filled. 2.5 hours before this goes. We end up getting seats. Probably the craziest thing. We got seats in the back row of the back corner of this panel. But we got 2 seats. Within the 2.5 hours before this panel starts, the people attending it triples. There are about 3,000 people in this area now, standing, that didn't get seats. And the Vidcon employees are like, I'm sorry, what? Vidcon was not ready for that. So there's 3,000 people at this panel, right? The panel happens. Good time. I assume a lot of you guys have seen the panel, so I'm not going to talk about it too much. I will say, a lot of times when I was with Mambu, like the 2.5 hours leading up to this panel, Mambu's like, I'm sitting. And I look at Mambu and I'm like, I'm going to go see if I can find seats. It was a ploy. This area of this con is entirely MCYT people, right? So in theory, if I walk around, I'm gonna get recognized. So I did. And for about an hour, I kind of just walked in circles around this seating area. And people would get up and be like, hey, can I take a picture with you? Anyways. So, the panel happens, right? Jack Manifold comes out. Turns out they didn't have a host. And Jack is like, I'm gonna host and everything. They bring out the extra people. Boomer, Connor, Boomer, Connor, Purpled, CPK. But if you guys didn't watch that panel, it's up on YouTube. Vidcon streamed it. It was really, really cool. Did a couple more booths and that kind of thing. And then we were like, okay, let's walk back to the hotel. let's go walk to Cane's. I think we have to go to Target again. This is the same Target. Like, hey, I think we have to go grab a couple more things. We walk to Cane's. We're chilling. Nothing crazy happens at Cane's. So we go to Target again. And we're like, okay. Probably nothing's gonna happen here. We're walking around, and I see people taking a picture with someone. The person I'm taking a picture with has a yellow badge. And I'm like, it's Michael Reeves. And I'm like, Michael Reeves and Lily Pichu, if you know who they are. And I'm like, sir, it is 10:30 at night in a Target. What are you doing here? So I go up, I talk with him. Very nice. He's like, oh, are you here for VidCon? I'm like, yeah. We have a very nice conversation. I got a picture with him. But no, what is with this Target? What is with this Target, actually? So that was fun. And then we go back to it. Then we go home. Wake up in the morning. I'm in character Sherb today. I have my actual full cosplay on for day 2. So we walk in and we're like, okay, the number one thing we want to see today is Rambo and Hank Green's panel. Okay, Rambo and Hank Green, we're planning on doing a panel, but only for creators. Remember how I was telling you guys about how there's this other area that's just for creator and industry badges? There's panels and things like that that are in that area that most people can't get to. And Rambo and Hank Green's is one of those. And we're like, oh, so much smaller pool of people that can go to this one. We'll get there like an hour and a half early. So we walk into the convention center and I'm like, oh, there's a pop-up meet and greet. So the thing with VidCon chat, there's the scheduled meet and greets and there's pop-up meet and greets where basically featured creators and the other creators can basically go, I have nothing to do right now. I'm gonna stand out here for 2 hours and meet as many people that want to come up to me. We walk into the convention, Phil's doing one, and I'm like, vroom. There's already about 150 people in this line to meet Phil. And Phil and Kristen are there. And we're like, yo. So we wait on this line, and there's already like 150 people on this line to meet Phil and Mumza. And we're like, let's try. And Mamba was like, hey, he's gonna get to us. This is gonna work like a Disney line. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And basically at Disney lines, they'll be like, yep, we'll take people and then we'll say the line is closed. And they will do everybody that's left in the line. That ends up happening. And we're like, we're gonna meet Phil's in Minecraft. We wait for about an hour and a half on this line. We get to meet Phil. He's very nice. We got a picture with them. He was kind of speed running because, you know, man was speeding through the you know, like 400 people in this line. And I go up to Phil and I'm like, hey, he's like, whoa, your contacts look sick, mate. Like the word, like his exact words were, whoa, your contacts look sick, mate. And I was like, I got mated. I got a mate from Danza. Which was neat. But we got to meet him and Kristen. It was very, very chill. That was the only person we waited online to meet. Everyone else that we ran into, we didn't wait on the line for. I just ran into them. That is ridiculous, for the record. Phil's panel's done. We have about an hour and a half until Rambo and Hank Green's thing. Let's go. So we walk over. Lo and behold, already a huge line. And we're like, touche, Hannah Kate's there. I'm like, hi, Hannah Kate. And we're like, okay, let's just get in this line and we're chilling. They still didn't realize that there was going to be this many people at this. Compared to the Dream SMB panel, this is a lot less. Still about 300 people that ended up being in this panel. I'm chilling on Twitter. And Green is COVID. And we're like, oh, okay. Well, we're still gonna do the panel. And Hank Green's like, hey, It's either gonna be me virtually or somebody else there. And we're like, okay, you know what? We're still here for Rambo. We're doing this. And all the people who aren't there for MCYT keep coming up and are like, what's this line for? And everyone's like, Rambo and Hank Green. And they're like, who? And we're like, it's not for you. Just leave. We're in there about an hour early. Somebody in the front row pulls up Heartstopper on their phone. Starts playing it. And just starts playing like the scene of Heartstopper, spoilers for Heartstopper, for their first kiss. And everybody in the room is like, and it's the funniest thing in my opinion. Hannah Kate is sitting in front of me, which is just funny because we kept just running into each other, and they were very, very cool. And we're chilling, and we're like, cool, the panel's about to start. We got Rambo, we don't know who the other person is. At that moment, Wilbur Soot walks onto the stage. Wilbur Soot walks onto the stage, and immediately everybody goes, hmm? And man comes out and says, hello everyone, it's me, Hank Green. I take a picture of Wilbur, and I post it on Twitter, and I say, wow, I love Hank Green, guys. About an hour later, I get a reply to my tweet from Hank Green's verified Twitter. Get this. With the same emoji he commented on my TikTok. Not only did this man see my Twitter, he saw my Twitter and knew it was me. And took the time to reply and say,
what in the Wattpad self-insert is this?
so that's my life, the last couple days. Anyways, back to the panel. Back to the panel, shall we? The actual thing. And Wilbur and Rambo sit down, they're having a great time. They have a very, very chill time. And it's going great. They're having a great time, and they get about like 20 minutes left in the panel, and Wilbur's like, all right, we're gonna open it up for your guys' questions. And I'm like, okay. And I had my little spiel that I wanted to say, that I didn't get to say in the Dream Mystery panel, and I was like, okay, here's my chance to actually say this. And I'm, you know, raising my hand like no one's business. They call on like, I don't know, 6-7 people. And I'm like, all right, you know what? It's probably not going to happen. But then something very interesting happens.
Wait, are you the person we saw in the Target parking lot?
Yes, I am.
The person that we saw in the Target parking lot.
Hello. So that happened, and I'll let my actual clip play so you guys can actually see what I said.
First off, I just wanted to open up the little thing. I'm Sherbert. Hi, nice to meet you. So first off, I wanted to talk on behalf of all of the creators here who have been able to make platforms, including me, partly because of your guys' content. Like, I'm a cosplayer, I stream also, and that is a large portion of that is due to like things like my Technoblade cosplay and that kind of thing. And I just want to say that me, and I guarantee a lot of other people here, really appreciate that, as well as all the stuff you've been able to do for people's mental health and for the LGBT community. like 10-ish years, Minecraft has been this big game, and it seems over time like it keeps kind of, going down, then immediately has a resurgence. I just wanted your thoughts on that, because a lot of people see it as kind of like a timeless game, and that it will never go out just because of how it works, and that kind of thing. So yeah.
I have a quite controversial opinion on this. Sets and gamers. I think Minecraft is the first video game masterpiece.
I will also say, when this happened, everybody cheered, right? Like, I stood up, and everyone was like, woo! They didn't cheer for anybody else. Like, other people, they were like, oh yeah, you with the big plush in the back. Call on me. Target parking lot. Woo! And I was like, well, I'm popping off. I feel so whack right now. And like after the panel is when I realized that Hank Green replied to my tweet, which was just another thing to add on to that. It was really cool though. It was really, really cool. And so many people came up to me after and were like, I didn't know you were here, but I recognize your cosplays from TikTok, and all of that, which is just really, really neat. And it's funny because Rambo and Wilbur, the two that are there, are the ones who were in the Target parking lot. Anyways, we walked back to hotel. Mambo and I at this point were dying. Our feet were dead. We've been walking for 2 days straight. And we ended up door dashing and then actually got some good sleep that night. And it was Techno Day. I was like, okay, this morning, Apple has a panel, and I really want to go to it in my Techno cosplay, so that I can see Apple in my Technoblade cosplay, because I really wanted him to see it. Apple's one of the people I really wanted to meet, because he's neat, and I go. This panel is at 10 a.m. I get up at 8:30. We go in, we get to like where the panel's happening. I'm in Technoblade. You know how I was saying that every 10 minutes, I was getting somebody coming up to me recognizes me? On Techno Day, it was about every 3 minutes. I was getting somebody that came up and wanted to take a picture of me. And we ended up going to this panel, front row seats. Front row seats to this panel, because it's not any of the Dream SP people, so it's not as bussin'. Front row seats to this panel. Like 10 minutes till Tapple was gonna come on. Check my phone. Tapple is COVID. He's not doing the panel. What are you gonna do? But I did get to see him the day before, so I was happy. I didn't get to show him my Techno cosplay, but I did get to see him the day before, which was neat. But yeah, so we ended up sitting through a little bit of the panel, and then we ended up leaving. I did my TikTok live that day. Shout out to anybody who was in my TikTok live yesterday. It was very, very cool. Then chat, like kind of the morning of there wasn't too crazy. The morning of yesterday wasn't too crazy. It was a lot of me meeting people. It was a lot of people like stopping me yesterday. Did a lot of like more of the booths and that kind of thing. Ran into a lot of people. There was one point where I was crowded in the convention floor. Like I was on the convention floor in my Techno, and somebody stopped me, and there were about 3 more people, and within 2 minutes, I had amassed a crowd of people that all wanted to get pictures with me. And Mambu went into manager mode and was like, hi, okay, if you're here to see Sherbert, I need you to get in the line over here. There's actually a line. We want to make sure that we're not interrupting any of the thing over here. And I was like, Mambu, I love you. It was really, really cool. So the thing is, chat, at this point, I'd met pretty much everyone I wanted to meet. Because Tommy left after the first day. His flight back left after the first day of VidCon. But I talked to Rambo and Wilbur twice. I talked to Tubbo. I'd met Phil. And a couple, there was a couple bonus people that I got to meet. But those were the people I wanted to meet. The last one was kind of like Eric that I wanted to meet. That was pretty cool. But I was like, I'm chilling, my guys. But we ended up getting food, and I'm sitting eating. and I'm like looking around the convention floor, and in the corner, I'm like, that's Captain Puffy. So I go up, and I met with Puffy. I got to meet Puffy. She was very chill. She was very much like walking from one place to one place, so I didn't get to talk with her for super long. But we got a picture, which was very, very cool. Which was very, very cool for me to run into. I came up and I was like, hi, Puffy. And she was very much on the way to go somewhere, so I didn't stop her for too long. And at this point, I was like, Mambu, I think I'm good. I think I'm good. Like, our flight doesn't leave till later tonight, but, like, we weren't so chat. I know that Rambo had his meet and greet yesterday. I didn't end up going to it because our flight was a little bit earlier. We ended up needing to leave there before Rambo started his meet and greet. So we did get to miss a little bit of the end, but let's go, because there was a couple places I spotted out beforehand that I was like, that's where when I'm in Techno, I want to go there and take a picture and get some nice pictures in Techno. One of those pictures was in the Creator Lounge. Creator Lounge. They have all these nice little ring light backdrops set up, and I was like, yeah, let's go to the Creator Lounge. Let's go to the Creator Lounge. And I'm chilling. And, you know, keep in mind, we're sitting in the exact same spot that I saw Tubbo from. That I saw Tubbo walking out on this floor. And I'm just like, Mambu's like tired. And like somebody's at the spot that I want to take a picture at. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna wait for them to leave. And I'm just sitting there and I'm just like watching. Where I'm like, probably no one's gonna come out of here. But I'm just gonna watch. We're here for about 10 minutes. About 10 minutes. And I'm like, okay, we're probably good to go. And at that moment, Parrot walks out. So Eric walks out, right? And basically walks right by the Creator Lounge. We basically make eye contact. I'm in my Techno cosplay at this point. And he walks right by the Creator Lounge. Like basically he comes out of like, if this is the wall that we're overlooking, he comes out of a door right next to it and walks right in front of it. And I'm like, Eric, hi. And he looks at me and goes, hi, you look sick. And I was like, can I come around? And he was like, yeah. So I went around and met them. And we ended up talking for like 5-6 minutes. And I was like, yeah, how's your day going? He was like, yeah, I just did this stuff with this creator and that's gonna get posted soon. And I was like, yo, and like did an interview with this person. I was like, yeah, I'm sure, Bert. He was like, I recognize your name. You've rated me a couple times. And I was like, I have rated you a couple times, Eric. I sure have. And I'm like, yeah, I cosplay on TikTok. He's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen your cosplay before. And I was like, yeah, people have media shared my CMVs that I make. And he was like, CMV, and I was like, cosplay music video. And he was like, oh yeah. He was like, I know which one you're talking about. And that was cool because Eric's seen quite a few of my CMVs. He's seen the Dream of Me Villain medley, apart from some other things, which is really, really cool. And he was like, yeah, he definitely just recognized me for both TikTok and Twitch, which was really cool. And they were like, cool, it was nice meeting you and everything. And I was like, yeah. And we got a picture, and it was very, very cool. And I'm like, Bamboo, that's everybody. That is everybody that I wanted to meet. That is everybody that I really wanted to talk with or see. Which was really, really cool. Let's leave. Let's go. We gotta go to our flight. Let's leave the Creator Lounge. But it doesn't end there. I'm walking out of this creator area. This is at around 2:30. About 30 minutes after, the Tubnet panel ended. You'll never guess who I see being ushered by Tubbo. I see Tubbo again. And we didn't get to talk or anything as he was getting ushered across the creator area. like by like security, like hey, we gotta go through. And like he saw me and like saw my Technoblade and he was like, oh, and I was like, hi, and he was like, hi, and then kept walking. And that was really cool. And I was like, ladies and gentlemen, I got one on the way out. And that was kind of the last crazy thing that happened. Except for today. I flew back last night, and one more crazy thing happened that you guys have been saying in chat. So I got woken up this morning to Fatherquake going, Rambo's talking about you on stream. Here we go.
What's been really funny is like when I like recognize people because I've like seen them around on like TikTok or something, and I'm just like I might as well tell them like there's a couple really cool cosplayers that I met that I'm just like, dude, I've seen you before. I think what you do is awesome. Like I think what you do is awesome, dude. And they were just like, oh really? I was like, yeah, it's cool. Yeah, it's like, it's awesome. I remember I met someone in a Target parking lot, and I was like, I've seen you before. Like they like I recognize them. I was like, I've seen you on TikTok before. They're just like, yeah, I do cosplay. I'm like, yeah, I remember that. And then I saw them at the panel, and I was just like, the person that we met in the Target parking lot, you.
That's me.
Awesome, dude.
That's like, me.
Oh man. I just love this stuff. This stuff is so cool. I can't wait for TwitchCon as well.
Look at chat. Look at his chat.
I really hope to have something special for TwitchCon San Diego. I really hope to have something special for TwitchCon San Diego. Like something like secret special, you know?
wait, what was that?
Little secret thing, you know?
Anyways, that's one of the crazier things. No, it was crazy, chat. It was actually crazy, everything that happened. And all the people who knew me, at VidCon was crazy. Like, genuinely, like I'm gonna quick little sappy moment for you all. I really appreciate it. Like I appreciate it. Like I talked about this when I talked when I got to ask my question to Wilbur and Rambo about how I'm very grateful to them for creating a community that so many of us could make communities off of. Which is just really, really neat, I guess, is the word that I'm looking for. And it's just like being able to actually meet so many of you guys and just kind of get a grasp. Like they were talking about this on like how massive the panel was, but even just me walking around there was crazy, genuinely. And I'll be at TwitchCon for anybody who didn't get to go to VidCon that's planning on going to TwitchCon. I'll be at TwitchCon in October. But thank you guys for making this. Like, we hit 55,000 here on Twitch. I am probably going to hit 1 million in the next couple days, which is actually crazy to think about. Like, actually. And I cannot thank you guys enough. This is genuinely my dream, being able to do this.